sisters, well, I'm getting through the news. It's getting through, and I've got my cup of tea, not coffee. We're not all coffee drinkers here in Britain, are we, Brits? We're tea guys. Excuse me. It's getting empty and a bit lukewarm. Not an ideal cup of tea. But anyway, getting through the news. Big thanks to the Intel guys and gals, because it's just brilliant. The news is coming through. You know, special thanks to Heather, Frank, Jeff, DK. And DK, by the way, I just noticed, I did send you an email. You signed into the wrong VC account. I just went over there the other day to talk to some of the people from that channel, or one particular person. And I got a request there from you to join this VC. Well, it's Peter Freeland at rocketmail.com, not petersplace101 at gmail.com. But I've sent you an email, so please do it again on that email, and we're in, because I do need to get on VC and talk to the people who are on there, which is especially Jeff and Frank, you know, who are putting a great deal of love into this channel, you know. So Heather, I would include you, but I know I'll wear you down if I keep on going. By the way, the earthquake program, which I think is brilliant, I didn't know it was a program and bought it. It's running in the background, you know, which I'll not get rid of it. We'll have a look at it after. So if you get this ding and some music, that's what's going on. It's found another earthquake. It's an amazing program. But anyway, news. Okay, first out of the bag, ancient Mosaic showing Jesus feeding the 5,000 is found in church ruins. Archaeologists have discovered the intricate mosaic in the ruins of the ancient church, which they say could be historic evidence of the Christian miracle. Well, I don't need evidence anymore. I know that what Jesus said is true, you know, so I'm happy with that. But, you know, it's great to see, because this is great evangelical equipment to be used. I've brought people through history. I've brought people through prophecy. I've brought people just simply because they were searching for the Lord and needed to hear the true message. So there's many amounts of ways. So this is great evidence to be found in this and be written in our Bibles. But they believe it depicts the New Testament story of Jesus feeding the 5,000, which with the loaves of bread and the 2 fish. That's an incredible passage that I've never ripped apart, to be honest with you. I need to do that. I've never anybody ripped that apart, the feeding of the 5,000. Indeed, there'll be a huge meaning behind that. So I need to get into that. But I'll probably just wait till I get home and ask him. And the mosaic was discovered on the floor of the church at Hippos, on the opposite side of the Sea of Galilee in northern Israel, where the miracle is said to have taken place. It was discovered in the burnt church in the ancient city, which was destroyed by fire in 700 AD. Despite the devastation to the building, it's a stunning mosaic paved floor, survived under layers of thick ash for centuries. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? But times are here, brothers and sisters. Will God rebuild all this? You know, we build museums and put all stuff in of the past, don't we? Funny enough, not the giant skeletons. They are knocking about somewhere. But we build these things. Oh, will God bring all this back together again? Will this planet be beautiful as we live on to eternity on it, or whatever? I don't know. I'm dreaming again, brothers and sisters. I'm dreaming of home. Let's move on. Well, here we are. We know that Israel, this is so prophetic, that Israel, you know, and the rabbi, I can't think of his name, I've done a video on it, he prophesied that this would enter, this government would do this. So we've had modern day prophecy 40 years ago of about what will happen. So this is timing to perfection of coming of the end times, or the end times themselves, or the ushering in, or the birth pangs, whatever we want to call them. But will Israel's form unity government, or could they go to the polls for a third time? Israelis vote, but they end up with a clear winner again. Sorry, Israelis vote, but end up without a clear winner again. With will the unity government emerge, or will there be a third election? And, you know, I don't think, I don't know, but I don't think there will be another leader in Israel except Jesus. He'll be the next leader of Israel. We'll see. And don't troll me. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm just surmising, guessing, looking up, face pressed against the glass and hoping that it's today he comes back and takes the church. I don't know. But facility of Tel Aviv, a modern city fulfilling ancient prophecy. Sorry, I missed that. Let me read that properly. There would be a third election. The Mid-East braces for possibility of Iran war after attack on Saudi oil facility, and Tel Aviv, a modern city fulfilling ancient prophecy. You see, if you just jumped in on this news channel, that's what it's about. It's to dig down. We're watchers, we're watchmen, as we were told to do, to watch and look out. We will know the signs of the times in the tribulation, but we will be snatched away in an instant without knowing. But we still must observe the sign. And to answer one comment, I know we do not know the day nor the hour, but we certainly know the seasons, and we're in the seasons. Just to clear that one up, it is one to watch. I'm going to put this on for an extent because we're talking about, you know, Area 51 has not been attacked. It's more of a party thing that's going on. It's New Age thingy that's just going on. It's become an annual. I don't think anyone, but there's some interesting footage coming out. If you Google, I should have got some footage because I have got some. They are spotting peculiar, unidentified flying objects above Area 51, and that's not new. So we know through bigger intel, which is on Steve Quayle and Tom Horn and people like him in the conferences, the Gen 6 conference. I wish I could afford to go. But the Gen 6 conference, which I've been heavily involved in exposing demonic and how it's going to return, and it's returning. And Area 51 is one, the bunker is another, and it can only return if we allow it. And I don't mean we, as in me, because I won't. I mean our governments and people who do not know or cannot see what it's all about, because Satan is the deceiver, he's the liar, and he'll deceive them big time, offering them rewards and taking it all back. Which brings me on to a quick one before I play this video. I just want to say at this point, no matter what you are or what you believe in this world, and I'm talking about all agendas and all the people, that Christianity is not against you. Whatever colour skin, whatever gender you are, whatever you follow, whatever God you follow, Christianity is not against you. We're not at war with you. We're at war with Satan. Satan has deceived most of the world into thinking that they're right. And I don't mean to sound arrogant there. Just think it through. We were all born of the same DNA. Whatever we're in war with, it shouldn't be each other. The wars are the deceptions, but now it's become a part of a plan. The deception was brought on about Satan, from Satan, and it's against God, to rebel against God, as he's been doing since a very long time ago, ancient of times, rebelling against God. To the end, there will be one end. I just want to say that. So if you are transgender or of a different sex, Jesus loves you. It's not God's will that anyone should perish. He doesn't want wars. He'd rather do it without. But we can all change. As I had to repent and change my ways, so can anyone do it. And stop the rot. I know I'll never stop the rot, but I'm just putting out a hand saying I'd love and I wish I could stop the rot, for blessed are the peacemakers. Okay, now just on dispensations, the Beatitudes was written for those in the millennium, by the way. Going back, I forgot to mention that on the dispensation ones. This is what I said about dispensations. If you read the Beatitudes, then it wouldn't make sense. Blessed are the peacemakers, they inherit the earth. I don't want it right now, but in the millennium moment. But anyway, let's get on to this video because I'll run over time. I'm allowed bigger videos now. have to watch this for a while, but it makes a lot of sense of what we're talking about. It's AI.
You are here to act as chaperones to the candidates. A group selected for intelligence trials using augmented reality technology.
This is seriously weird, isn't it? I am Ariel.
The candidates, they're children.
The time to save our country's future is now.
I thought that was a really neat trick they played on you.
Signs and wonders. Miraculous signs.
Alert me at any time if you feel stressed, anxious, or concerned.
They weren't like this when we arrived.
The deception.
There's something wrong with them! Hurry! Run! Tanks! The other direction!
That is a very long video, so I won't play it all, but I have played it all. Thank you, Heather, for sending this. It's really, the movie makers have got it. As I said, it's funny how Hollywood and movie makers have done all this. This goes on to a good video, and I will share the link with anybody who wants it. It's funny how Hollywood and filmmakers know all about this, isn't it? And Hollywood is in the hand of the governments. It's media. Media is controlled by certain people and certain things. Which brings us nicely to this one, which is robot priest Catholic Church could obtain a robo-priest. Catholic Church could obtain sophisticated AI robots as priest. Franciscan sister proposes with the church moving towards the post-human priesthood. Well, they've been robots anyway, so what's the difference? But we can see where we're going. You know, Buddhists have already done it. We got robots controlling us, or robots influencing us. We're worshipping false gods because they say a priest can forgive sins. So does a robot forgive sins? It's hypocrisy in its biggest sense. Senior Catholic sister, the theologian, has suggested sophisticated robots could be used as priests. Well, it said in the main, let me know what you think. It's just, it's coming in a laughable kind of way. It always amazes me how people would accept this and laugh at the genuine thing. But I didn't make the rules. Oh, as said earlier, Iran warns any country that attacks it will become the main battlefield. So if America attacks it, Israel attacks it, they will become the main battlefield. What can I say? It's everywhere. It's just what it says. Just what it says. It's God's perfect plan. I'm not saying he planned for this, but he plans to put it to an end, and he's going to do it pretty quickly, isn't he, brothers and sisters? We're going to be there. I am so excited. I never, ever thought I'd see it in my lifetime. And I've been watching end times things, signs, reading about it for a very, very long amount of years. But they just were not complete until now. Now there's so much happening and fulfillment of prophecy. It's got to happen, hasn't it? Now this is an interesting one. Very interesting. Alaska webcams orbiting objects in the skies. Now, it takes a bit of getting into this, but have a look at it. The square is how they've managed to see the object, but I'll let you decide if I can start it. Yes.
The unedited images in this video were obtained this month from the Federal Aviation Weather Cameras in Alaska. Each image is 10 minutes apart from the next, forming a time-lapse video when strung together, such as the one playing now from the south-facing weather camera in Sitka, Alaska. Many of you have seen this celestial object, which is orbiting Earth, hundreds of times from many different cameras in Alaska and Canada. The reason we are starting out with this footage is to remind viewers of some fundamental rules of lens flares. 1. A lens flare of the sun doesn't rotate. A lens flare of the sun
This is
a
just the
small
intro.
reflection of the sun, which rotates only once every 27 Earth days. 2. Lens flares of the sun do not have craters. 3. Sun lens flares can never go behind clouds or other objects in a photo or video. 4. Lens flares of the sun can never react to sunlight in a video. For example, a lens flare cannot become partially illuminated by the object causing the lens flare. Please remember these elementary facts as we go through these FAA videos. The west-facing camera in Peterson Hill, Alaska. The southeast-facing camera in Chilkat, Alaska shows a celestial object very faded in the atmospheric chemicals, nearly impossible to see. We'll go through the footage as it came off the camera, and then we will see it again with some contrast added. I've mentioned before that if I only use the contrast where needed, it works much better to bring out the details of these celestial objects.
That's incredible, isn't
In
it?
some of these images, the celestial object is behind the clouds. Thus, we know it can't be a lens flare. Dr. Albers, an astrophysicist with a YouTube channel, says that these objects are stellar cores, which are burned out stars, and that there are many, many of them out there. Dr. Albers says that these stellar cores siphon energy from our sun as they pass by it.
Okay, so I've written that Dr. Albers down. I think that's how I spell it. But I must look that channel up. Intel, it's a good one for us, to be honest with you. That Dr. Albers, I'm going to type that in. He's got a YouTube channel. But anyway, that's the end of the news for tonight. I was going to pop a live in, but forgive me, guys, for not doing the live. I'm just so hot to get the messages out, because if we're gone, this is all I've got left off into the tribulation with these videos. So I'm determined to get ranked and seen, so these people who are left behind will be, it's an alien there on that one, will have something to look at and see that the rapture was not alien abduction, it was a rapture of God, of the church, from God, of the church. But I've got to leave you with that, brothers and sisters. All I can say is usual, God bless you and keep you, make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. God bless.